Hello, 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 Gunners.
For life, man.
You
What's
know,
going
you
on?
know what it is. You know what it is.
What's going on?
You know what making people very upset, especially all those pundits.
I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It doesn't make sense. It
All
doesn't
Roy
make sense.
Keane, Sonesis, or whatever they call his name is, Sones or Sadness.
Who is that guy? Say that guy. Well, because Pogba is no longer in the Premier League, he's now looking for somebody new to hate.
I'm like, what are these guys talking about? That we are playing like
It doesn't make
second division.
sense. It doesn't make sense. Anybody that watches football, bro, be it how did Real Madrid play Man City?
There is nobody that will
Who?
play Man City's attack in an
If,
offensive way that wants to
even
get a result. You
even
can't.
if you are not one man down,
You have to be cautious.
you have to be cautious. You're not telling me like it's not their fault, Seth. It's our fault. We should have won that game. If we had won that game, all of this noise wouldn't have been
All of
there.
this noise to be.
Man City wouldn't have been. Those Man City players are now forming. I don't know. I don't understand, but
No,
I'm here for it though. It just shows how far we've come.
I think one of the things that I'm seeing from all of this is Man City is trying to get, some notoriety from
Mm,
us.
mm.
Who are they in the grand scheme? No, in the grand scheme of things, what is a Man City?
What?
Money.
And they look
Money
like a
don't buy you
5-year-old club.
class, bro. They're trying to get the notoriety that Man U, Liverpool, not even Chelsea
Yeah,
drag that.
nothing. Not
There
they
is
don't
no
have
pedigree for them
they
to
don't
come and
have
start saying,
pedigree.
no
Exactly.
pedigree.
You took the word out of my mouth. They don't have pedigree at all.
They're now saying this is the vibe, this is the banter. No problem. We'll give it to them. They can say that Haaland, especially. Haaland, if he knows what is good for himself, he should better get someone that can talk sense into his head
No,
because
no, let him continue. I
this
want
is
him to
past.
continue.
This is past. Forget all the goals he's going to score. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to be a non-entity if he wants to keep up. Because that disrespect he showed at Teta, I watched it again and he
I
pissed
was
me
like, he
off.
was tapping the guy. Stay
Tapping him,
humble, eh?
the
Stay
humble.
humble, eh? I'm like, who are you? It's not his
Nah,
fault. It's not his fault. Even the
eh,
one that he threw the ball at Gabby's head.
yeah.
Why didn't
But
he
did,
why didn't he throw it in his front?
but did you hear Gabby's response?
That he's waiting for him at the Emirates, right?
He didn't even notice it. Like we're
Yeah, he
all
didn't
locked in.
notice. He didn't notice. His shirt was over his head.
Mm.
Then Haaland was behind him. If Haaland was, why didn't Haaland like face him to do it? Why did he
He's
do
a,
it behind
he's a
him?
coward. He's a coward. He just shows that he's a coward. Like no class. Like let's just even leave that aside.
So, but it's not today that we've been that club that everybody loves to hate. So I
Yeah,
think we're now like fully evolving back into our original status, right?
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
when the defending champs are behaving like this, when media is behaving like this, we haven't won anything. We have not won anything.
It
And you
simply
guys are
shows that we are
hating us
doing
as
something.
if
We are doing something right, or we are a threat.
we are
We are a
definitely
major
doing
threat.
something right. Yes. So I feel and what this would turn out to be for Man City is that they're now like already they had targets on their back.
Mm.
Now all this noise you've made on the news, on Twitter, on social media, all the antics drama after the game at the Etihad, you think the next club that's going to come is going to be like just lie down and let you roll over them?
No,
Everybody's going to be coming now to kick Man City because they've been kicking us for how many years? We're tired. We're not the ones kicking them. They're now calling us Dark Arts FC. I'm like, I'm so happy. Like we
ah,
used to be the club that we used to complain about. Oh, people are kicking us. Like we're
picking on
weak.
us and
They are
everything.
picking on us now. Clubs are now reporting us to the Premier League that we are cheating, that we are too rough, that we are too physical. Oh, come on, come on.
That's us. It's all crap. It's all crap talk because it doesn't amount to anything.
It
We're here.
doesn't.
We're here for the title,
Yep.
and they can see, they can feel it. And one of the reasons why I'm holding this thing today is, I had it in mind to say that this particular. Let me pull it out for everybody watching. Right, I have right here with me a stogie. and the intention is to light this stogie up when we win the title. But that's going to be a waste of stogie because that's too long to wait.
Of
Uh,
course.
yeah. So what's going to happen is, at the end of every game we are winning, I just come here, light up a stogie for a
Take
minute or
puff.
so, put it off, just a
Yeah.
few puffs, and have a great
Puff.
time.
Puff for the
But
3 points.
yeah, we are good to go. We are good to go to enjoy ourselves. This is where we are coming to lounge now. This
Mm-hmm.
this is the season to be an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
our long lost
Talking of
fans that ran away. This is now the time to come back. Just in case you are watching and
absolutely.
hearing.
talking
how
of
how did
talking
you
of
see how did you see the week? Yeah.
talking of new Arsenal, right?
Mm.
How did you feel about the young Gunners?
Absolutely amazing. Like a breath of fresh air. It just gave me that feeling of when we saw Jack Wilshere come onto the scene.
Wenger era.
That Wenger era. Funny how Wenger era was that period where we're doing so much for the youth development system.
We don't
And
get
we have
money
it
now.
back. Yeah.
We don't get money by player now, so we can't focus on our youngsters.
Yeah. Wenger was like that, very conservative Yoruba mommy that will not let you know that there's problem. But her behavior, you will know that there's something
True,
up.
true, true.
You probably not make a mistake to ask for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas clothes because
Mm-hmm.
some things
Or
are topping.
or you go outside, you go to a mall and you're like, mommy, I want this, mommy, I want that. And my mommy like, there's rice at home.
Yeah, we've cooked. We are going
We've
to eat at
cooked.
home.
There's
You
rice
know,
at
you know,
home.
you know what it is. But
Absolutely.
absolutely seeing Miles Lewis Kelly, Josh Nichols,
Nah.
and Ethan Waneri.
No, Louis Kelly and Ethan
Yeah,
and Nichols, those three, like they held their ground well. Like
absolutely.
Louis Kelly is technical. I mean, naturally he's a midfielder.
Mm,
So playing at left back, he inverted perfectly.
perfectly.
He dropped those, those line cutting passes. He was technically sound. He won all his ground duels. I think
He was the
5
one
over
that
5.
he was the one that gave that pass to
To
Sterling now that
Sterling
gave us
now,
the goal.
and
Ethan,
how much we've been praying for those passes.
that will break the
We've
lines.
been praying for those
Those
passes. Give it to
those
Saka, give it to Martinelli, give it to Sterling. We've been asking for those passes. So and
one thing I saw with those young guys, especially Ethan and Lewis, right? Lewis
yeah.
Kelly, their confidence on the ball and their decision making.
Mm-hmm.
I was so impressed by it. Seeing someone like Ethan, he gave me, you know how Odegaard does not get rushed into making a decision. He takes his time. Ethan has that same vibe. But he's so assured on the ball. He faces his man squared up.
And he's not scared. So if the forward pass is not there, he recycles it. He just
And
doesn't lose possession.
and he has a goal in him. Like he is a goal threat. A major goal threat.
So let me take you back to, was it 2020 or 2019? Odegaard's loan spell.
Oh yeah.
You know how Odegaard came and he was very cautious. He wasn't this creative magician that we are seeing now.
Yeah, it wasn't as incisive.
Yes, but he was cautious. He wasn't, he wasn't taking too many risks. He was, playing the safe passes. If there's no progressive pass, he will recycle. And we knew that Odegaard could do more.
Mm.
But probably he's just, getting used to the team, right? That's in one area. Ethan on against Bolton reminded me of that Odegaard that can still grow and
Yeah.
get that creative freedom, that can get that confidence boost, and he's just like, in his free form and enjoying football. So I saw almost like a replica of Odegaard.
Yes. And another thing I even observed with him in the game is that he actually grew in the game as well. Though he started the game really well, full of confidence. But
Mm-hmm.
from that first goal,
Mm.
something switched up in him.
Yeah,
The way he was taking up space, the way he
pressing.
was calling for the ball, the way he
The way he
was
was
pressing.
pressing, yes.
I'm like, And he had a physical presence with him for a 17-year-old. I will not
Yeah,
even lie about that. Like,
absolutely,
I'm like,
absolutely.
okay. Then the main mark for me was that second goal. He
Mm.
had Rice to his right. And that was the best pass he could make. And he saw that pass, but he still took a shot on
So
goal.
when he brought the ball back to his left, I was like, oh, this guy is crazy. Like, because if the ball was on his right, he could have just laid it to Rice, right?
Rice,
You know,
easy,
but
easy. He has an assist and a
yeah,
goal, which is a
but
good thing.
he just brought it back to his left. And that decision is almost a decision is like a decision you don't most of our creative outlets will rather pass than score.
Odegaard will pass that
Will pass
ball.
that ball. So most of all these guys that we've seen, we can go back to like Fabregas, we can go back to all those guys, right?
Ozil,
Ozil will pass that ball. All the creative guys that we've had in the past, we would rather pass the ball.
pass.
So, but what I saw in him was like, I'll take it on. And if you remember, if you see most of his like academy games, he
Yeah.
scores a lot.
Yeah, he does. That's
He
why I say he
scores
has
a
a
lot.
goal in him.
Yeah, he
So
scores a lot.
the I even heard a comment from Ateta that was like when he saw that second goal that he made the decision not to pass to right and he actually scored. He was really
Mm-hmm.
happy with him because
Mm-hmm.
if it didn't pan out that way, the team might have had a feeling towards it like, okay, you should have done the right thing. But
Yeah.
it was just a major incident that brought about a confidence boost in this player I
Yeah.
was talking about.
Absolutely.
And another player talking about confidence boost that actually used that game to his advantage was Sterling.
Yep. I was
Sterling,
impressed with him.
yeah, I was really impressed. He was
Ma-
very active. He didn't start
Martinelli
off. He didn't start off
Martinelli should
bright.
be scared. Even though Martinelli gave us a good game
Yeah, he
against
did.
City. But this is the reason why Martinelli will look at the game against Bolton and be like, yo, I cannot rest on my laurels. Like I need to like add more and more before I get back to my
And you
previous
know,
form.
that's what we were hoping for to
Yeah.
get from the squad. Now, the brilliant thing that Sterling is bringing for us is that we have this option on the left as well on the right. Now,
Absolutely.
did you see his combination when he actually moved to the right when he was with
Yep.
Saka and
Yep.
also with Jesus? Now,
Yep.
talking about Jesus, hmm, I don't want to say all doom and gloom about Jesus at this point. He looked active. He's looking like he's getting back to his full fitness and all, but he's such a wasteful player. For a talented player that we know he is, he's such a wasteful player. Though he contributed to the goal, the last goal, not the last goal, yeah, he contributed. He contributed, no
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah, that was Sterling's goal now, right?
No, I think Kai scored the last goal, but
Okay, that
he
was Kai's
contributed to
goal.
Sterling's goal. He did. You know where his boot came off,
Mm-hmm.
right? He actually made that pass.
Oh yes, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. That was Sterling's goal.
But he had opportunities to
To
score.
score.
How do you not score against a bold team, my man?
I'm
See
tired.
that
I
time
don't
he
know.
actually drove into the 18-yard box, like he drove in 6 yard,
Yeah.
and I'm like, bro, is it that
Did you
you're
see?
cutting this thing back in,
Did you see
or
the
you're
one
taking your
that?
shot?
Did you see the one that the defender lost the ball, or like there was one like loose ball, and he challenged the defender, and he
And
lost the ball, and he rushed the shot.
yeah.
He should
He
have.
had so many
He had
sticky
it. Nah,
moments.
nah, 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 nah. He too. He should not be. He should not be at rest though, because Sterling can do a job. Sterling can do his job, though in another way,
Yeah.
right?
What's even paining me now is that he's not even a competition for Kai.
He's not. He's
That
now the way we're looking at it, Jesus is a competition on the right, because what Jesus is doing, I mean, what Kai is doing up front,
yeah, Jesus cannot
there's
do
no
that.
way we can restructure our team to accommodate Jesus.
No.
Because if Jesus is playing up front, we'll probably play a Kai in the midfield to still maintain the way we play in terms of our aerial threats. Kai will challenge for the ball. Somebody
Bring
else
it.
will go for
Yeah.
the second ball and things like that. Because if Kai is not in the game, who are we going? Who will be challenging for all those area balls?
So weirdly, right?
Mm-hmm.
after Kai, the next person you would think of, I would think of as the next man in line is not even Jesus, it's Trossard. Because
Mm-hmm.
the role Trossard has played in the team in the absence of Odegaard,
Mm-hmm.
guess who is actually meant to be able to play that as well? Jesus.
Yeah.
So the January signing from Brighton of less than 30 million has come in and taken the seat. Even if it's a second seat, he has taken it from a 45 million pound signing.
Bro.
No, I wouldn't put it all on him. Let's say, fate played its own part in terms of the
Mm-hmm.
injuries and all, but he needs to get to work on himself.
Needs to do less complicated things.
The simple things, he's not
Simple
doing the simple
things.
things.
Simple things. I mean, I keep saying it, like, all he needs is one goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if he had scored that goal against Bolton, there are chances that Ateta will give him more minutes against Leicester.
Sure.
Now, he is not forcing Ateta to give him more minutes
It's
based off
not it's
of
not
how
giving
he.
Arteta a headache of a decision to make at all.
Because now, against Leicester, I will still play the regulars.
Now, talking about the regulars, there is a debate. There is a debate coming from this Bolton game.
Mm-hmm.
There are some changes.
I won't start Ethan, if that's what you're asking me.
Wait, relax. I've not even landed and you're trying to snap me out.
Yeah,
Please.
no.
So in the midfield, we have
Mm-hmm.
Declan for sure. We have Partey
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
you see in that 10 row, I'm of the opinion that Trossard actually should start because that's what worked for us in the
Mm-hmm.
Premier League from
Yeah.
the previous game. We
City,
saw
yeah.
it. Yeah, but I'm thinking Ethan should have more minutes. He should start having more minutes in the Premier League, which Arteta has alluded to that he's going to be doing. So why not give him a shot?
No, I agree. He deserves to get more minutes, but not to start.
Against the Leicester side that is yet to have a win.
Not to start. We shouldn't take Leicester for granted.
So look at the thing I see with Leicester. Though I'm just being, a
Mm-hmm.
contrarian here,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm seeing Leicester play low block.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the best ways to deal with a low block is having your midfielder that is very good on the ball, like a Trossard, that can actually still make good strikes.
Yeah.
But I think there is a chance that he's still more predictable than an Ethan coming in. I think Ethan would have a lot in his locker to offer us in a game where the opposition is playing in a low
A
block,
low block.
right? Because he's going to have, a very good defensive midfield behind him to allow him
That freedom.
that freedom to do as he wants. But that aside, looking at our forward three, I don't think we're going to be making any changes. I'm up for Martinelli, Kai,
And Saka.
Saka. Straight
Absolutely.
up.
I
But
was
the only person I'm looking at that'll probably not play might be Raya.
um
They need 24 hours to confirm it.
yeah, Tata said we'll confirm tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Ateta
Yeah,
said he will
so
confirm tomorrow.
Raya coming back in would be great, but if he's not available, Neto, we're not bothered about that. But you see that right back position,
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the opinion that Timber should continue.
Yeah, Ben White is not fully fit yet.
Yeah. But he
So
had
Timber should
he
continue.
had some minutes, but I still want to see Timber.
Yeah. He doesn't, for Ben White not to start,
Mm.
then he's not fit. Because if he's fit on that right, we've already seen that that's Ateta's right guy behind Saka. But now Timber is showing us, new things based off on what Calafiori is also doing on the
On the
left.
left. Calafiori
Because
Calafiori is another revelation that we're like, okay,
Hey, God,
we're having major decision issues now in the
you see
defense.
what you see when we're talking about the difference between Timber on the left, Calafuri on the left,
Mm.
in terms of how Timber inverts and how Calafiori inverts. Timber is not yet a natural inverting fullback for us,
Especially from the left.
especially from the left. But you see Calafiori, he's so confident that he even drives with the ball.
Yeah.
Against Bolton, when he was playing left centre back, he got the ball and he was moving, progressing until he dropped. I was like, what's this guy's doing? And my fear is, I hope Ateta doesn't coach that ability out of him.
So, one thing I would say on Ateta's case is that I've not seen a player come in and reduce his vibrance. Like Ateta actually has helped a lot of players come back on track. Kai Havertz is a major testament to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think Calafiori is going to be, diminished in his natural flair to want to.
Yeah.
He's rather going to hone that in a very, professional
And maximize it.
and
Yeah.
maximize it. So I
Yeah.
I I believe Ateta to do that. I believe Ateta to do that.
I beg you.
So,
Because bro, that guy, nah.
but the game against Leicester, I'm quite assured. That's why I'm making noise about bringing Stogie for.
So that's the that's the risky part.
What's risky about it?
After going to a city with all that vim, all that energy that Awele will kill you guys, and that was how we set up that we are ready for this game,
Yeah.
that we're ready for these guys until the red card. Then we have to like change the tactics, right? So I guess that I don't want it to now be like, oh, we are now like we've burnt out all this like energy on City and we cannot like follow up because again, going back to last year,
Yeah.
the Aston Villa, for example, Aston Villa at home in this new year, the only game we've lost this year, right?
Yeah.
We were on a run of games, and it seemed like our confidence was just like high. Obviously, it's too early for us to be overconfident and things, but we've seen the next run of games, and they seem to be easy, and that is the perfect excuse for us to be lackluster and for us to now like lose momentum. So that's why I was talking with some guys on one of my Arsenal group chats, and I was like, against Leicester, against Southampton is the best time for us to go with our strongest squad and get all the goals we can get.
I believe we've come to a place now as a team to understand best that in a season you have to take every game like a final.
Every game.
So the energy we saw, the concentration we saw from the boys against City is going to actually feed into this next game
I want it to.
because there is still a hunger that is not satisfied, right? Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we've come to a point where we know that we can get 3 points, right? Everybody is on top of it. The passion is
Mm-hmm.
still there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the games that we've actually lost points. We've lost points because we lost a man.
Yeah. True.
So the only place I'm looking at now are the 12th man attack that we are getting as Arsenal. We need to be on our A game to not get any unnecessary yellow cards. That is the only major thing I'm looking at in terms of defense. No team in the Premier League, quote me, no team in the Premier League will feel comfortable conceding one goal because once we score a goal, they know that the game is probably ended. Like we have come back to that level where you know that this defense is impregnable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we are on that.
I'm,
The only issue I'm having now is officiating, some kind of issues that we cannot really control. The one,
nah. Do you think these corrupt Premier League refs will come and show themselves again?
if we let
It
them,
will be
if we let
it will be
them,
too obvious.
if we
It will be too obvious.
And who is going to? So if it's right now, I'm in a frame of mind where I feel, even if it's very obvious, there is nothing that we can do. We can only rant. We can only talk about PGMOL and talk. There's nothing we can do. So we best not play into their hands.
True.
So take the game by the scruff of the neck, win it as early as possible, and lock down.
Yeah.
The only person I'm
Because
seeing in Leicester that can be a nemesis to us as usual or as he used to be in the past, you know who? Vardy. Yes, because that is what they would have to offer, because they
this
can
guy is
sit
popping.
deep and
They
look
have
for.
this Mavidi guy, or what's his name? Yeah. I've forgotten his name. One black brother like that. He has scored in 2 games back to back now. So there's Vardy, there's him, there's Ndidi, our boy.
Some of the comments I've been getting from what I've watched or what I've read from the team,
Mm-hmm.
they are going to hold the ball. Possession game is what we are coming back to.
Yeah. No, of
So
course, of course. No, this next run of games is an opportunity for us to now play
what we know
what
they
we
are
know.
capable of.
Like, we have shown you that, yes, we can play the dirty, dark arts game. Now we're coming to play our champagne football. Our fresh Ateta ball.
In
We're
fact,
coming to,
though
you know.
I know we concede more when we are playing at home. We just showed
Mm-hmm.
it again playing against both. We just have a
we
way
will
of
concede.
conceding at home. I
We
don't know
will
why.
concede one.
So if
We
we
might concede.
if we concede, not a problem, but we need to
Yeah.
score at least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3. My prediction is actually a 3-1. I've been hearing a lot of predictions, and I'm like, okay, everybody's predicting a clean sheet, but I don't think we'll get a clean sheet.
No, it's not it's not going to be a clean sheet. But I'm actually like, up you one. I actually think we're going to go for a 4-1, 4-1 or 5-1. It's going to be a high scoring game.
Okay.
I feel it's going to be a high scoring
I
game in
I
terms
was
of, like,
I was I
we'll
was I
concede,
will
sha.
stick with I will stick with 3-1. I'll stick with 3-1.
I'll go with 4-1. I'll go with 4-1. I
Yeah,
believe.
but I'm confident. I'm fully assured. The run of games we have coming up,
Mm-hmm.
favorable. We can do the business. We can get 3 points.
Yep.
Come back again on Saturday evening and have our conversation about the
Mm-hmm.
team performance. Hopefully with a stogie in my hand because of the 3 points.
For the 3 points.
I'm sure that will happen. Yeah, this is going to be coming. This is going to be coming through.
I think you should use a Sharpie and write 3 points stogie. 2024 stroke 2025 season 3 points stogie.